Good evening, dear ladies. V'siyata d'ishma, let's bless Bezrat Hashem that we will all have the zchut to greet Mashiach tzidkenu b'chumim borim b'mara b'yameinu amen. Eliyahu Navi Eliyahu, Tishbe Eliyahu Geladim, b'mara Avinu Shech Eliyahu Nigzachu Latov. And we will all have the zchut Bezrat Hashem to see the building of Beit HaMikdash HaShlishi b'mara b'yameinu amen. כי עין ועין נראו בשוב אדוני ציון. אתה תקום תרחם ציון כי עת לחננה כי בא מועד. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשוב החדש ימינו כקדם. And we will all have the zchut to go to Eretz Israel on the wings of eagle, and we will all have part in Eretz Israel בעזרת השם. בשם השם נעשה ונצליח, אין עוד מלבדו. השם שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. And everything is בשם כל ישראל בעזרת השם. I love you. I love Hashem. I love you. יישר כוח. Okay, בעזרת השם, today we're going to learn halacha, and this halacha applies to the end of days. So it's beautiful, it's בעזרת השם. Okay. And we are in Parashat Vayishlach. So tomorrow we're going to study about Parashat Vayishlach, but I wanted to refer to the halacha, and it's mamash practical למה שקורה באחרית הימים. So we see that Yaakov Avinu is leaving quietly without telling Lavan that he's leaving him, and he takes all of his wives and children and all of his cattle, and he goes away. After 3 days, Lavan finds out because he doesn't have the trafim. The trafim was it was like their gods. They used to take a head of a human being. It's a head of a human being to clean it from inside and to put a name of impurity inside, and it used to talk. It used to talk and to tell them the future. שלא נדע. I'm just telling you in general. So Rachel took it in order that he won't know that they were running away. Hashem told him to go because he saw, look, unbelievable. Before Yaakov came to Lavan, Hashem put a plague. Most of his cattle died, his sheep, his cows, everything, most of them died. He had mamash few. He didn't have sons before Yaakov came. And every time they needed to take water from the well, they needed all of the shepherds to come because it was a very big stone on the well. And in order to move it, they had help. They needed to have help. Everybody had to gather, and then they could move it. When Yaakov came and he saw and he asked about Lavan, his uncle, if he's okay, if shalom lo, and they told him shalom lo, and here's his daughter Rachel, she's the shepherd because he didn't have sons. So the daughter was the shepherd. Rachel הייתה מלשון רחלה, היא בעצמה, it's a name of כבש, a name of sheep. So בסייעתא דשמיא, when he saw her, he was very emotional because he saw his basher. He knew this is my mamash. When the soul was separate, this is my other half. Mamash, he saw it. This is my basher. So he was overwhelmed, and he kissed her on her head. And he came to the stone, and he moved the stone on his own. And not only he moved the stone, this is how he was strong. Not only he moved the stone on his own, but the water came up. And once he started being a shepherd for Lavan, the sheep, he became very rich. Not only became very rich, but also he started having sons. Now we see that after he worked 7 years for Rachel, Rachel בתך קטנה, Rachel, your daughter, your youngest daughter, and he gave him Leah. And he said, well, in our place, we don't do such things. We don't give the youngest before the oldest. First, the oldest has to get married. So he tells him, okay, there's 7 days of celebration for the Kala. So after that, you can marry Rachel, and you have to work again 7 years. After these 7 years, he asked for a permission to go back to his father. But he says, no, nikva lischarcha, nikva. Okay, you took my 2 daughters, and you also took the other 2 daughters, Bilha and Zilpa, because Rachel Leah is from the wife of Lavan, but Zilpa and Bilha are from the wife without the ketubah, Bilegesh. A mistress, without the ketubah. So he says, nikva li milshon nekeva. So maybe you want another nekeva, maybe you want another female. In nekeva in Hebrew is a female. That's how it comes to him. But he says, no. B'shum panim v'ofen no. But he says, I worked for you 14 years. I want the sheep. So he tells him, you don't give me anything. I'm going to be a shepherd for your sheep, but no, you take all of the ones that have signs on them, you take them. But now all of the sheep that has spots and dots on it will be mine. He says, okay. So he takes all the sheep with his sons. He has a few sheep, so they don't have spots and dots on them. But Yaakov Avinu is very chacham. And all of this is higher worlds. Akudim, Nekudim, Brudim. It's the world before the fixing, the world after the ruining of the worlds, after the sin of the first human being. It's all in the Etz Chaim, Shel Rabbi Chaim Vital. All of this is mamash over all of the worlds, and the world that is going to be after the fixing. So B'siyata Dishmaya, we see that he takes a stick, and the stick has like a brownish, reddish color, which symbolizes judgment. And he opens and he cuts from the stick. And then you see a white chiver, a white part of the stick, which means he softens judgment. And when the sheep come to drink, and they want to get pregnant, they look at it, and all of the babies have dots and spots, and and Laban sees that, and he cheats him again, and he takes. And again, 6 years he does this, until Hashem tells him, okay, now you're going to go back, V'siyata Dishmaya, to your father, and you're going to bring a korban and also a sacrifice for me, everything, you're going to Bet El, and he sends him back. Yaakov asks his wives, there's a beautiful story about this, about Arizal. Arizal was sitting in a shul, shel al-Sheikh, if I remember nachon, and the al-Sheikh was standing like I'm standing here, and he was telling him, all of the audience, how Laban was cheating Yaakov. Every time he cheated him, and he did this, and he did this, and he did this. The Arizal was sitting at the end of the shul, and he couldn't stop laughing. And everybody felt uncomfortable that he's laughing. And they waited for the end, and they asked him, what happened? He says, the soul of Laban, the angels, the destructive angels brought the soul of Laban. Everything that the Sheikh Alav Shalom Zchutot Hagen Alenu said, he had to say, it's true, I did this. He was confessing of everything that he did. That's why the Arizal, because nobody could see it, but he could see him. And he was confessing, Ken, Asiti, and the destructive angel is standing next to him. I didn't say first, all the shul is Lizchut Arav Avraham Dov Ber, Alav Shalom Zchutot Hagen Alenu, that wrote Bat Ai, and also Boaz's father, B'siyata Dishmaya, his name is Meir Ben Eliezer, Alav Shalom, Tili Shudat Tzor Chaim.
And Rabbi Tzvi Aryeh Rosenfeld, who brought the teachings of Rabbi Nachman to the United States.
Alav Shalom, Tili Shudat Tzor Chaim, Zchutot Hagen Alenu. Okay, now, so dear ladies, he asked his wives, and all of them said, yes, we are his daughters, but he doesn't behave to us like daughters, and he sells everything, he takes everything from us. And B'siyata Dishmaya, they decide they are going. Rachel takes the Trafim, the God of our father. I told you this is the head that speaks, that has the name of impurity inside, and it speaks in, there's even a story, יש בספרים שלה, במדרשים, a story about a boy that it was in Russia. It was a true story. There was families, Jewish people that lived, together, all of them. And what happened is sometimes merchants used to come in. And one of them disguised himself like Jewish, like he's Jewish and he's a scholar in Torah. And he saw that there was a couple that didn't have a long time child. They had a son, and he was almost bar mitzvah. And he saw him, and he saw that he was very bright. So he tried to convince the father and mother, let him come with me for a while. We have a yeshiva, we have things, let them go over there, and I'll bring him back with me at my next journey. Now he will study over there. They didn't want to do that, but he told them how a beautiful place he lives in, and kama kidai lo, and how much it's worthwhile for him, and he will grow in studying the Torah. So they asked the rabbi also thought that this was true, and he gave him a permission. Meanwhile, this wasn't Jewish people. These were people that don't believe in Hashem. And they took him into a place like a desert, a place that, it wasn't a desert, like איך זה נקרא? לא פרדס, יער, a forest, and there was a big tower over there. And they put him in, they closed the place. He was almost bar mitzvah. He was crying, and at night he heard a voice speaking to him. And he didn't know who was the voice. He is searching, and he sees a head. The head is speaking. A real head. It's a human head. They cleanse it. They put a name of impurity under the tongue. And these called people believed that if they take a Jewish boy, lo alenu, and that much before bar mitzvah, they can use him to tell prophecies and things that will happen in the future. So this boy told him that he was also Jewish, and this that what they did to him. Meanwhile, so he's in danger. Meanwhile, the parents are waiting. He didn't come after a week. They spoke to the rabbi. They went to another admor. They all were davening. All of the town was davening, and Hashem opened the gates. He succeeded in running away from there, and he took the head with him in order to have a Jewish burial for the child. So this is the trafim. This is what Lavan had is the trafim. I'm not saying he had a Jewish chas v'shalom, but this is what Lavan had. This is the trafim. So what Rachel did, she took the trafim. She didn't want her father to know that they are escaping, running away. So now they are running away, and we know from the last Parashat that and Lavan comes to them, and then he goes away. Now they have to go over the river, and B'siyata Dishmaya, Yaakov Avinu forgets jars of oil over there, and this is a reminder for the oil of Chanukah, B'siyata Dishmaya. And he goes back, and then we see that a man is fighting him, and it's an angel. So we come to Parashat Vayishlach, and it's written like this. Vayavor et ma'avar Yabok. He's going through the Yabok, and it says over there that he goes over the stream, and he goes to the other side, and then Vayikachem ve'yavrem et ha'achal. He's moving all of his children and wives and all of his cattle. Vayavor et asher lo, everything that he has. Vayivater Yaakov levado, and then Yaakov stays on his home. Vayavek ish imo ad alot hashachar, and then there's it's written ish, a man that is wrestling with him, fighting with him until the sun comes up. Ad alot hashachar. Vayar ki lo yacholo, and this man sees that he cannot overcome Yaakov Avinu. Vayiga bekaf yerecho. Now this is, so he touches his thigh, and he damages it. He moves one of the nerves. He moved something in his thigh. Bataka kaf yerech Yaakov, and it says over here. Just a minute. He struck the socket of his hip. So Yaakov's hip was displaced. The socket was displaced after he wrestled with him, and he saw that he cannot overcome him. באבקו עמו, ויאמר שלחני נא, הוא אומר לו, סליחה, he says, ויאמר שלחני כי עלה השחר, he says, okay, let me go, this man says, because it's already, the sun comes up, ויאמר לא אשלחך, I'm not going to send you, כי אם בירכתני, only if you bless me. Rashi says this man was an angel, and not a regular angel, because Yaakov symbolizes the children of Israel. And the children of Israel, Hashem himself is looking after the children of Israel. But this was, and you know, every nation has an angel, that an angel over the nation, and Hashem is above it. And B'siyata Dishmaya, this angel was the angel of Esav, which is the evil inclination, the Samech Mem, which is Satan. Because the evil inclination, the Yetzer Hara, Satan, ומלאך המוות, he has 3 jobs. It is the evil inclination, Satan, which means prosecutes a person, and then the last job is by becoming the angel of death, lo alenu. So we see over here that Rashi says this was the angel of Esav. We see mamash white and black, one parallel to the other. So he fights with him and he can't overcome him. And we'll speak by Bat'ayin, why can't he overcome him? He's an angel, Yaakov Avinu is a human being. So B'siyata Dishmaya, he says, Rakim tevarcheni. I'm not glad. Why does he tell him? He tells him, leave me so I can go. He says, no, only if you bless me. What blessing did he want? Because he was the angel of Esav, he wanted to bless him and say that all of the blessings that he got from Yitzchak was true and he deserved the blessing. First of all, he was the firstborn, really Yaakov. But let's say he's not the firstborn. He bought the rights of the firstborn from Esav. He bought it. And they had a treaty. We're going to speak by Kiser Chamim. What happened with a paper that they wrote the treaty and signed it, V'siyata Dishmaya. Where did it go? So, כי אחרת Esav would cut it and burn it and ruin it. So V'siyata Dishmaya, we see that he tells him, no, you have to say that the blessings are true. I deserve the blessings. Now, why did the evil inclination want to go up? Because he fought Yaakov. Yaakov overcame him. That's its job. The job of the evil inclination is to cause us not to do, to give us the option not to do the will of Hashem, and we choose to do the will of Hashem. So, what happens is, he can sing only when we overcome him. Only then, the evil inclination has a permission to go up and sing in front of Hashem. I tried Yaakov, but I couldn't overcome him. He listens to you, he's 100% with you, Hashem. You understand? Only then. So every time we overcome our evil inclination, he has a permission to say a song in front of Hashem. So sometimes I say, don't you want to say a song in front of Hashem? You understand? So we see over here, and he asks for his name, and he tells him, why do you ask for my name? I won't go into everything, the secrets in it, but B'siyata Dishmaya, then he tells him that his name is not that his name, Lo Yaakov Ya'amer Od, that your name Yaakov will not be said anymore, but your name is going to be Israel, and Hashem said it's only an addition, will be Yaakov and Israel. Okay, so let's go to Kiser Rachamim. So we say, Al ken lo yochlu bnei Yisrael et gid Hanasheh. So because of this, the children of Israel, because he displaced his hip of Yaakov's, we are not allowed to eat gid Hanasheh. Gid Hanasheh, other palm.
Sciatic nerve.
Sinew.
Sinew.
Sciatic nerve.
Sciatic nerve, okay, sinew.
The vein of the thigh.
Yes, sinew vein of the thighs. This is the sciatic nerve. Okay, so look, why did he touch it? תראו מה כתוב כאן, unbelievable. כיסא רחמים עליו השלום זכותו תגן עלינו. So, he says כך, בזמן שקנה יעקב בכורה, when Yaakov bought the firstborn's rights from Esav, and the olam haba and the true world that it will be his, לקח השטר, he took the treaty that was written on a paper, he took it. ולא היה יודע באיזה מקום יניח השטר. He didn't know where to put it because he was afraid Esav is a professional thief. He knew he will steal it and he will burn it. So he said, שלא יגנוב אותו עשיו מאיתו. מה עשה? What did he do? חתך כף ירחו. He made a surgery. He opened his thigh. Can you imagine? חתך כף ירחו והניח את השטר, and he put the treaty, the paper, inside his thigh, בתוכה, ותפר, and then he sewed it. Can you imagine? ונתן מעט שמן עליו, and a little bit of oil he put on it, ונתרפא החתך, and immediately it was healed. He put it in his thigh. But the angel knew that he put it in his tie. He knew that the treaty is in his thigh. That's why why didn't touch his hand, his body, his head, his heart. He went to the thigh. He knew that it's there. ונתרפא חטף ונעשה כבתחילה. ושר עשיו היה יודע דבר זה. And the angel of Esav knew this. ולכן נגע בכף יריחו. That's why he touched his thigh. The sciatic nerve on his thigh. כדי לקח מאיתו in order to take it. But Yaakov didn't give it to him. And not only he didn't give it to him, he overcome him, and I told him, now say that the brachot is true, that the blessings are true. He wanted to take this. ולא הניחו לקח ממנו. ושפך קליפתו על הירך. So he put impurity on that yerish. That's why we're not allowed to eat the sinew nerd from the thigh, b'siyata d'shmaya. Mamash. And this is from the inside, it's by the Torah. From the outside, it's by our sages. We're not allowed to touch it. So, dear ladies, look how beautiful it is. We're not allowed to eat it. From this, Chazal, our sages say, okay, so let's see, Et Gid Hanashe, nachon? The sinew,
Nerve.
again,
Sinew vein of the thigh.
sinew vein of the thigh. Okay, אנחנו בסדר. Look, so we have את גיד הנשה. First of all, הנשה זה השנה, the year. It's אותיות year. What don't we, when do we are not allowed to eat during the year? תראו, כיסא רחמים אומר, says, when do we not allowed to eat during the year? First of all, תענית אסתר, תענית אסתר, תף א', את, תשעה באב, תף א'. Look, we are not allowed to eat. And then we have the גימל. גימל תשרי, מה זה גימל תשרי? after ראש השנה, צום גדליה. This is צום גדליה. צום גדליה. Okay, then we have the Yud. Yud, עשרה בטבת, the 10th of Tevet, and Yom HaKippurim, Yud Tishrei, that is Yom HaKippurim. עכשיו, בסייעתא דשמיא, מה זה? Let's look בעזרת השם י' ג', מה זה י' ג'? י' ג' אדר, זה תענית אסתר. נכון? Now let's count it together. Gimel is 3, Yud is 10, Dalet is 4. How much is it together? 17. Yud Zayin Tammuz. Ken. All the fast days. You see בסייעתא דשמיא? So let's look. מה אומר על זה הכיסא רחמים? So he says like this. מי שאוכל בצום, especially in the 4 תעניות, which are the 4 תעניות, especially, it's י' בטבת, you see over here, י' זין בתמוז, תשעה באב, וג' תשרי. So he who eats on these תעניות, it's like he ate from the sciatica nerve. זה לא סתם, it's not, it's hidden inside the pasuk. It's inside. על כן לא יאכלו. לא יאכלו. We're not allowed to eat. This is halacha. We're going to go to...
Can you say Rabbanit which Tanits again?
ככה, י' בטבת, which is next month, י' בטבת is the siege over Jerusalem, over ירושלים. י' זין בתמוז, when the walls of ירושלים were broken, תשעה באב, when the temple was burned. ג' בתשרי, it's the last king, Gdalia ben Yoyakim, was the last king. Nebuchadnezzar from Babylon conquered the land of Israel and burned the temple, and he put Gdalia over there, but he was assassinated. So these mamash speak on the temple. As תראו how beautiful our Torah is. It's inside the pasuk. Inside. על כן לא יאכלו. So Omer, Kisei Rachamim, he says like this, that if we eat, it's like we ate from the sciatica nerve. מה שייכות יש בין ארבע צומות לגין הנווה, we showed it over here בסייעתא דשמיא, ולכן, this is a שנה. These are all of the fasts during the year. גיד אנשה אותיות, the letters of שנה. Isn't that beautiful? Let's go to בסייעתא דשמיא. Let's go to ספר החינוך. We're going to halacha. So this is the third halacha from Bereshit. This is the sciatica nerve, is the third halacha. Look, our Torah is incredible, Hashem is incredible. ממש. El Shaddai emet u'Moshe emet v'Torato emet. So it's written like this. This is a mitzvah that you are not allowed to do. נכון? יש איזה עוד מילה, not allowed to do.
לא תעשה.
לא משנה. עכשיו לא עולה לי בראש. משורשי מצווה זו, כדי שתהיה רמז לישראל. This is the root of this mitzvah, not to eat from the sciatica nerve, from the thigh. It's a root, שאף על פי שיסבלו צרות רבות בגלויות מיד העמים ומיד בני עשיו, that even though that the children of Israel are going to suffer during the exile among the nations, שיהיו בטוחים שלא יאבדו, that they should know that they will not, that they will never be extinct, never. אלא לעולם יעמוד זרעם ושמם, always their name and all of the generous offsprings will stand forever. ויבוא להם גואל ויגאלם מיד צר. And the Goel Mashiach is going to come and going to redeem them. Why? Because we see that Yaakov Avinu, after all of this, Hashem puts the sun out and he's healed. He's not limping anymore. All of the action, Maaseh Avot Siman Lebanim, the actions of our forefathers is a sign for us. So this is a sign for Achrit Hayamim. This halacha is the sign for Achrit Hayamim. ובזכרם תמיד, and the children of Israel always should remember, עניין זה, על יד המצווה, with this mitzvah, that we are going to be redeemed by Mashiach. Because you remember, at the end of days, Hashem is going to take the sun out of its case, and the righteous will live, and the wicked are going to disappear. במהרה בימינו אמן. So, dear ladies, so this that we will remember, ברמז הוא לפי שאותו מלאך, by this angel, the evil inclination, שנלחם עם יעקב אבינו, that fought with יעקב אבינו, שבא בקבלה, this is the angel of Esav, רצה לעקור ליעקב מן העולם. He wanted to take יעקב from this world. מן העולם הוא בזרעו ולא יכול לו. But he couldn't on Yaakov. Why couldn't he on Yaakov? You know why he couldn't? This is an angel, and this is not a regular angel. Angels have 6 wings. The evil inclination has 12 wings. Wow. He's the biggest one and with 12 wings. This is not a regular angel. Betziao, so he saw that he cannot do anything to him, but he caused him sorrow by touching his thigh and displacing it. וכן זרע עשיו מצער לזרע יעקב. The offsprings of Esav until today, לצערי הרב, until today they cause problems to the children of Israel. ולבסוף תהיה להם ישועה. The children of Israel will have salvation. כמו שמצינו באב שזרחה לו השמש לרפותו, that the sun, Hashem, brought the sun and made it hotter in order that he will be healed, Yaakov Avinu ונושע מן הצער. And this is how he was healed. כן יזרח לנו השמש על משיח וירפאנו מצערנו ויגאלנו במהרה בימינו אמן. So we will have the same thing, and the light of Mashiach will be upon us, בעזרת Hashem, with redemption במהרה בימינו אמן. And soon in our days. Okay, so what did he do בסייעתא דשמיא? אז אומר על זה, אומר על זה כך, this is בת עין. We have the זכות to learn So now his lips are moving because we are learning from the book of Rabbi Abraham Dov Ber, Alav Shalom Zchutat Haganot, which is now it's your time. Okay, tonight I sent for you into WhatsApp.
Yes.
So he writes like this. First of all, he writes, Al Yedei Anava Machnia et Sitra Achar. Only by humbleness we can overcome the evil inclination. And why? Because Anava, which is humbleness, Ain is 70, Nun is 50, Vav is 6, Hey is 5. Together it's 131. Nachon? Okay? This equals the Samech Mem. Samech is 60, Mem is 40, so together it's 100, and we have Kel. Aleph, okay, Kel and Lamed. Kel, you know this is Aleph, okay? Aleph is 1, and Lamed is 30. This is 31. Together it's 131. Only when a person has humbleness, without politics, without games, because the world is a stage, and we are actors on the stage. But if we cling to the truth, and we cling to the truth, we cling to Hashem. Because the seal of Hashem is truth, is emet. So who has humbleness closes the mouth of the Samech Mem. He cannot do anything. By clinging to Hashem, nobody can touch us. But truly from our hearts, mamash, being one with Hashem. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. And why didn't he want him to have the name Yaakov? He told him, Lo Yaakov Yamer Od, so you're not going to be called Yaakov anymore. Shimcha Ki'im Yisrael, you're going to be called Israel. But look, B'siyata Dishmaya, he didn't want the two names together. Why? Because Me'ana Bekoach Gdulat Yaminecha, נכון? The second day we say, Kabel Rinatamecha Sagvenu Tarenu Nora, which is Kra Satan. It's the initials of Kra Satan, to tear Satan. It's the second day. נכון? So Kuf is 100, Reish is 200, Ain is 70. Together it's 370. Then we have Shin is 300, Taf is 9, Nun is 50, it's 359. Okay? Together, how much is it together? 700, I think, and 29? Okay, 729. When Mashiach is here, Yaakov, you remember that 5 places that Yaakov has Vav. Yaakov is written with a Vav, a full Yaakov. Yaakov. And there are 5 places that Eliyahu is written Eliyahu without the Vav, in order to remind Eliyahu to come and to announce, nachon? To announce Mashiach. So we have Yaakov, Mashiach will be here, Bezrat Hashem Yaakov, and we have Israel. Look how beautiful it is. Yaakov, Yud is 10, Ain is 70, Kuf is 100, Vav is 6, Bet is 2. How much is it together? 170, 180, 188. Nachon? Israel, Yud is 10, Shin is 300, Reish is 200, Aleph is 1, Lamed is 30, it's 541. Plus, when we add them together, equals exactly Kra Satan. The power of Yaakov with the Vav, which symbolizes the Torah, with Israel, equals Kra Satan. At the end of days, Hashem will slaughter the evil inclination, will take the sourness from the evil inclination. That's why he told him, Lo Yaakov Yamer Od. He didn't want that Yaakov. And who is going to announce it? We have Kacha, Aleph and Mem. Aleph and Mem, B'siyata Eliyahu. Eliyahu the prophet, and Mem is Mashiach. Dear ladies, בסייעתא דשמיא, we all have the זכות to greet משיח צדקנו ברחמים במהרה בימינו אמן. אליהו נביא זכור לטוב, לעולם יפרד אדם מחברו בדבר הלכה יחיד ברבים הלכה כרבים. We just touched it. The halach